In Another Life is a feature film, a narrative feature that we shot in the jungle in Calais. So in September 2015, we went into the camp with a couple of actors, and we kind of made this mix between documentary and drama that was shot in the refugee camps. We used refugees as actors, and we shot it over a period of a year. And so the second leg, we built a set on an anti-fracking camp near Manchester, and then the third part of the filming we shot back in Calais just before the refugee camp was demolished.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Hannah, hell of a production. What made you think this is a film that I really want to make?
I think, you know, when you're looking at this sort of subject matter, it's something that pulls you towards it, and I think it's a really important film. So I just wanted to do something and be part of something that could potentially make a difference and make people think differently about refugees.
And Jason, a big challenge.
Yeah, it was. I mean, but you know, kind of like, I think that as soon as people hear that it's about refugees, they make some assumptions. And I think one of the things that we wanted to do was humanise the story, and that means showing rounded individuals. So it's not all, you know, trying to tug on the heartstrings. It's just showing these people as normal people, and I think that gets the message over a lot better than if we tried to put any kind of political messagery in there.
Mm. And huge importance there lying on the shoulders of the cast.
Yeah.
Tell me about who you've cast in the film.
Well, we had Ellie Haddad and Toya Franson, and they were our lead cast when we first started filming. We also had a crew member who was our Arabic translator, who, as the film went along, because we were writing all the time, so when we first arrived in the camp, we didn't know a great deal about the refugee crisis, and of course when you start to talk to people, they inform you about, you know, what the crisis is about and where they're from, and so their stories started to creep into our story. And so it was a film that wasn't really done in a traditional sense, where, you know, we had a script and we went out and shot that. It was one that kept evolving as the story was developing. And one of the most instrumental people in the film is an Ethiopian refugee called Mima, who managed to get to the UK under a train and then joined us on our set in Warrington. So we really blurred the two worlds together. So, you know, even people who'd been to the jungle didn't know whether we were in the jungle or you know, when we weren't. But having that set meant that we could do retakes. Obviously, you can't do that if you're shooting in the jungle. You've got to shoot a little bit more like a documentary. But once we were on the set, we could do things which were a little bit more ambitious. And so we've got full riot scenes, and you know, somehow this film has come together. But it was difficult, and we had no money.
Well, I mean, here you are now. You had your premiere last night. Congratulations. What have audience reactions been, and what do you hope audiences feel when they watch the movie?
Well, it's a mix, isn't it? Because sometimes you kind of like, I mean, the event last night was sponsored by the Red Cross, and so there's obviously a lot of people there who are very aware about the refugee situation. However, you were trying to make a film that would play out as a film, as a normal feature film, and that anybody could watch. And so it's kind of like the audience there possibly won't know a great deal about the refugee crisis, and hopefully they will come away. What I wanted people to do was kind of self-reflect and think, well, what if that was me? And that, I think, is essential, because if you've got 9,000 people on a refugee camp, you've got 9,000 individuals, and I don't think they're always treated that way.
Hannah, how does it feel having made a film that has worked as a feature? It's here, and it's been fact-checked by the Red Cross now.
It's fantastic. It's an amazing feeling to be here. There were stages along the way where we were wondering if we would get here. Really, seriously, it's been a long, long journey, but it's really fabulous, and the response yesterday was, you know, really positive, and we're just thrilled to bits with it.